Welcome back to Generative AI 101, the podcast where we break down the latest and greatest in AI and generative AI so you can impress your friends at dinner parties, or at least sound smart to your pets. I'm Emily Laird, your go-to for all things AI and Gen AI, part-time content creator, full-time tech nerd. And today we are exploring the AI model everyone's been waiting for, Sora, OpenAI's text-to-video generator that's been teased more than the next Marvel movie. Sora has been floating around in our imagination since February 2024, but OpenAI's kept it locked up tighter than my Netflix recommendations. So what is it? Why has it got filmmakers, artists, and tech enthusiasts collectively freaking out? And more importantly, when can we finally use it? Well, buckle up because we're about to explore the mysteries of Sora and the future of video generation. Welcome to Generative AI 101. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so Sora, it's not just another AI model. This is the next leap in generative AI, and OpenAI has been teasing it like a secret album drop since earlier this year. OpenAI just had their dev day last week, and there were definitely murmurs that Sora wasn't part of the conversation. But that's just it. Sora's been generating all sorts of buzz because instead of simply creating images like its cousin DALL-E, Sora takes things further. It generates short videos from text prompts. Let that sink in for a minute. You type something like two astronauts having coffee on the moon at sunset, and boom, you've got yourself a video of just that. Not a still image, but an actual video. Now, we did just talk about Runway AI, same type of tech, but Runway's got a way bigger arsenal of tools and a partnership with a major motion picture studio. The reason Sora was such a major wow moment is because of the general buzz surrounding OpenAI. For many, this was their first time experiencing text-to-video capabilities. And if the ability to generate video from simple text doesn't make your inner sci-fi fan geek out a little, go ahead and check your pulse. This is AI's answer to filmmaking. Not only can it make something from nothing, but it can even extend existing short videos, adding that extra footage you didn't even realize you needed. When OpenAI first previewed Sora in February of 2024, the clips they shared were nothing short of mind-blowing. We had an SUV winding down a mountain road, a fluffy monster chilling by candlelight, two people walking through snowy Tokyo. Each of these were entirely generated by Sora. And don't even get me started on the fake historical footage. They showed footage from the California gold rush that looked as convincing as something from the History Channel. Except, it never actually happened. Now, Sora isn't perfect. It's got some quirks, like when it tried to create a group of wolf pups and ended up multiplying them like they were in some weird nature doc gone totally wrong. Truly, it was weird, and the longer you watched it, the stranger it got, like most AI-generated video. And don't expect it to master complex physics anytime soon, so high-speed car chases aren't quite its thing yet, but the fact that it can create these videos at all, well, that's the real marvel here. And I'll add, the physics with these models, like we talked about when we were focused more on the text-to-image, the physics gets better every day. It's truly incredible. I get to do a lot of testing in various markets and media spaces. And the physics can at some points shock us when we don't realize that it's going to be able to do something and suddenly it does it. And you're like, oh boy, this thing is for sure smarter than us. So how does Sora actually work? Well, without getting too deep into the weeds, it's a diffusion transformer model, meaning it pieces together visual patches in latent space, essentially AI limbo. Then turns those patches into full-on video sequences. It's like a master puzzle solver deciding to piece together a movie scene instead of a landscape photo. Let's not forget how Sora trains itself. It uses recaptioning, a method where the AI generates text from video to better understand context, helping it create more detailed and realistic clips. Now, OpenAI has been pretty hush-hush about exactly how many videos were used to train Sora or where they all came from. What we do know is that they used a combination of public videos and licensed copyrighted ones, which makes you wonder what kind of clips are lurking in that training data. As for when the rest of us get to play with Sora, don't hold your breath just yet. OpenAI is still only given limited access to a red team of experts, people who try to break the model, find its flaws, and ensure it doesn't unleash chaos when it's finally public. Plus, they've shared it with a few lucky filmmakers and creatives to get feedback on how well it fits into artistic projects. But no release date has been announced for the general public. Still, it's pretty clear where this is heading. Once Sora is ready, we're looking at a massive shift in how content is made. Brands, advertisers, filmmakers, everyone is going to want a piece of this. Imagine creating a commercial without hiring actors, directors, or even renting a studio. You just type in what you want and out comes a video. The possibilities for creativity and honestly, efficiency are wild. Of course, we've always got to talk about the elephant in the room, misinformation. AI-generated video sounds amazing until you realize how easily it could be abused. Deepfakes are already a problem. Sora's tech could potentially be used to make convincing but entirely fake videos of events that never happened. Experts have raised the alarm on this, which is why OpenAI is moving carefully. They're working hard to ensure Sora can't generate harmful content, no celebrity deepfakes, no violent or hateful imagery, no copyrighted material. There's got to be a joke in there. But like with any powerful tool, there is a balance. On one hand, Sora could revolutionize how we make and experience videos. On the other, it could create a wave of disinformation that's harder to detect. The good news, OpenAI is not rushing this out. They know the stakes, and they're making sure to handle this with care. And here's the fun part. Sora's already inspired artists to push boundaries. OpenAI's artist in residence, Alexander Reben, has been experimenting with it, creating AI-driven short films, and even planning to turn one of Sora's 3D humanoid forms into a real-life marble sculpture. So while Sora's still in its early days, the creative potential is already lighting up the art world. And that's going to be a wrap on today's episode about Sora. If you weren't excited about the future of AI video creation before, I hope you are now. We're on the verge of a whole new era in content creation, and Sora's at the forefront. Whether it's generating surreal short films, stretching the limits of what we can imagine, or let's be real, paving the way for an explosion of AI-generated content. If you've got questions, thoughts, or just want to geek out about all things AI, you can find me on LinkedIn. Just look up Emily Laird, Laird, and let's keep that conversation going. To those of you that have been reaching out, you're awesome. Good to hear from you. We've had some incredible chats. I've even had incredible FaceTime calls with some of you folks. You're brilliant. If you're working on AI or AI-generated material in your workspace, if you have really cool use cases, I always love to hear that. As you know, I'm always piloting and experimenting with them in industries that I work in, as well as higher ed. So until next time, stay curious, stay creative, and remember, you now know a lot more about Sora than you did when you arrived.